Today we turn into the worsening air pollution crisis in India's capital and a fresh intervention by the Supreme Court of India. The court was informed on Monday that several of the city's continual ambient air quality monitoring stations are reportedly non-functional. According to the hearing, out of 37 dedicated monitoring stations in New Delhi, only 9 were found to have been operational during the recent Diwali period when pollution levels classically spike. One of the councils appearing before the top court posed a pointed question. How can the city effectively trigger its graded response action plan when the data collection backbone appears broken? That is the very mechanism designed to scale responses as pollution worsens depends on timely reliable data from these stations. Response from the Chief Justice of India, B.R. Gavai, directed the Commission for Air Quality Management in National Capital Region and adjoining area and the Central Pollution Control Board to submit a detailed status report on which the monitoring stations are functional vis-a-vis non-functional, the steps being taken to repair non-functional units and how the GRAP deployment will be aligned with actual real-time data. Why is this important? Because Delhi's air quality index continues to hover in the very poor category. On Monday morning, the overall AQI stood at 316, with 28 stations registering readings over 300. Without reliable monitoring across the city, authorities may lack the trigger signals for taking timely action, be it traffic restrictions, industrial curbs, or emergency public health advisories. The court intervention has at least 3 implications: accountability and institutional oversight. By asking CAQM and CPCB for a status report, the court is signaling that preventive environmental regulation is not optional. Monitoring infrastructure matters and can't be allowed to lapse. Then there is link between data integrity and enforcement triggers. Several pollution control regimes such as GRAP depend on measurable thresholds. If measurement stops or it is unreliable, then the enforcement machinery lacks legitimacy or even the ability to act. For citizens and policymakers alike, credible pollution data is foundational. With the health risk of pollution now very visible, a breakdown in monitoring can erode institutional trust and potentially undermine the rule of law in environmental governance. The Supreme Court's directive comes at a critical moment. Delhi's struggles with winter smog is recurring. Its institutions have long wrestled with emission controls, stubble burning, transport-induced particulate matters, and meteorological factors. But effective response begins with reliable data. If the monitoring stations meant to serve as the city's eyes are damaged or offline, the arms of enforcement may be rendered slow or blind. For citizens, the message is clear. Ask not only whether air quality is bad, but whether we knew it for certain and whether we act on real-time conditions. The legal and environmental stakes are high.